Are you tired of paying a fortune every time you want to go to the theater to see a movie? It's ridiculous how much it costs. This week, I give a breakdown of all the theater subscription options and show you which one is best. Going to the movies these days is a luxury, especially if you make it a family affair. It seems like you have to take out a loan to go see the latest Star Wars movie on the silver screen. So aside from smuggling in food to save money, which we're all doing, am I right? What can be done to bring back this American pastime? Well, back in 2018, I gave you a complete guide to how to use MoviePass, but that was the glory days. They changed everything, and now there is competition in this quickly growing market. So, this week, I'm going to break down piece by piece each of the 4 major theater subscription services. There are several things to consider here: price, function, film availability, location, customer service, and film format, just to name some of the biggest. So let's dive in. First, MoviePass. MoviePass totally disrupted the market in August 2017 when it dropped its monthly membership to $9.95 a month for unlimited movies. You could see up to 1 per day. It was still mildly inconvenient. For example, you had to be at the theater to check in and buy your ticket, but until just before the release of Avengers Infinity War, it was actually a good deal. Then, everything went downhill and fast. I won't bore you with all the specifics because there was a lot of changes. Everything from requiring users to submit pictures of their ticket stubs, making users wait to see blockbuster films until 2 or 3 weeks after release, to releasing a limited number of tickets every day, and more. Customer service went in the toilet as well, and the parent company has been on the brink of bankruptcy several times over. So that's enough of the past and that saga. Where does it stand now? Well, currently at the time of this recording, and it seriously could change at any moment given their track record, there are 3 MoviePass plans. Select. This $9.95 a month plan is the original price that got them attention, but for that price you now only get certain selections of movies and showtimes which vary day by day and are usually posted a week in advance and a week at a time. This is the only service that has this kind of restriction. None of the other options I discussed in this video restrict which movies you can see. Users still report terrible availability, making it a virtual survival of the fittest, requiring people to get up very early to secure tickets and a separate trip to the theater to get it, and then have to return to actually see the feature. Price varies on geographical market, and it could actually be between $12.95 or $14.95 a month instead. All Access. This $14.95 a month plan with gusts up to $17.95 or $19.95 based on geographical market supposedly allows you to see all movies instead of only the selection in the, well, Select plan. That's the only difference. And lastly, Red Carpet. This $19.95 a month plan with gusts up to $21.95 or $24.95 based on geographical market takes the features of All Access and adds the ability to make just one of those movies that you see that month a premium screening such as 3D or IMAX. By the way, with all these plans for Get Unlimited Access, you can only see 3 movies a month. 3. Now, that's still better than paying full price, but is it really worth all this hassle? In my opinion, the only pro MoviePass has going for it is that you can use it at virtually any theater. This is because they use a rechargeable debit card in conjunction with the smartphone app, and a theater can't restrict a Visa or a MasterCard. You still can't order tickets online, and you're going to have to go to the theater and get them in person. And customer service, as previously stated, is abysmal and not getting any better. The company has been very tumultuous lately with allegations of inappropriate conduct by a consultant, and they appeared to have fired him, but then he oddly was still around. Then one of their product managers resigned and sent a scathing letter to all the staff saying he could no longer, quote, in good conscience work for people who foster such a perilous work environment for their employees. Personally, I wouldn't give this company a penny of my money ever again. Next is Cinemark. Cinemark is the most similar to MoviePass in both good and bad ways. The prices are confusing and multiple. There are 2 aspects to this. First, prices without a sale are usually $12.99 a month to $89.99 a month. There's pretty much always a sale going on, whether that's the summer sale, the fall sale, or even the Golden Globe sale. It's an excuse to mark it up for the sake of a constant sale state. Second, they also have family plans, but it only applies to 4 of their 5 plans, and the prices aren't any different except maybe $1 less a month at the highest tier. Essentially, you're just able to lump 2 to 6 memberships together. It's kind of meh in my opinion. There are essentially 5 plan options spread across 3 types: Classic plans provide 2D movies only with a plan for either 1 or 3 movies a month. Elite plans provide any format of movie, including IMAX, for example, and for either 2 or 3 movies a month. And there is lastly a classic plan that is a movie a day like MoviePass used to be, which means 30 movies a month. Now you can use Cinemia at any theater just like MoviePass, but there's no physical debit card. You use the app to buy the tickets, but the process is kind of convoluted. You have to also interface with movietickets.com if you want to make advanced ticket purchases, which is a pro over MoviePass. Basically, you have to go to that website, verify that seats and such are available, and then go back to the Cinemia app and put in all the information. The app will then load your account card, again, not a physical card, just a number, with the amount needed, and then you go back to the Movie Tickets website to complete the purchase, but you're forced to pay the online convenience fees related to all those online purchases. It's too much work. Again, the service doesn't come with a debit card, but if you want to use one to avoid always having to pay the convenience fees, you can buy a debit card from Cinemia for $15. However, that means you can't order advanced tickets online at all if you want to avoid those convenience fees. Customer service is pretty terrible as the company is located in the country of Turkey, and the best way to get service is to contact them through Twitter. Everything I've just said about Cinemia is subject to change, of course, at any moment, and this company changes constantly. Because of all these hoops, hidden fees, and more, there are a lot of disgruntled customers, so much so that many have felt like it's a bait and switch and have formed a class action lawsuit. While neither MoviePass or Cinemia are great services, if you don't live near any of the theaters I'm about to describe in these next options, then these two are your only options, so consider them carefully. Cinemark Movie Club is next. When MoviePass disrupted the market back in 2017, Cinemark was the first one and the first theater chain to respond with their own offering. Honestly though, it's in my opinion the saddest and lamest of the options. For $8.99 a month, you get one 2D only movie ticket per month. You heard that right. One ticket for $9. The only pro here is if you don't use a ticket, it rolls over to the next month, but you're still paying $9 a ticket. You also get 20% off concession prices, which we know are marked up 400% already, right? And the ability to use your ticket to make an online purchase, including advanced showings, and not pay any convenience fees. 3D or IMAX support is available for an upcharge, but otherwise, it's just simply not an option with your membership. You use the app for everything, and there is no physical debit card, just like Cinemia. There's no contract or required length of service. You can quit after the first month if you like, which is kind of nice. Of course, you can only use this membership at a Cinemark theater, so depending on your geography, it could really limit your options. Customer service is kind of silent. I haven't heard good or bad either way. In all honesty though, you could easily use your wholesale club membership or your family member or friends club benefits to get tickets cheaper than this plan offers. Amc Stubs A-List is last but certainly not least. AMC is the largest theater chain in the entire country, and this plan is the best one I've seen so far. For between $19.95 and $23.95 a month, depending on where you live, you get one plan option. That option gives you the ability to see up to 3 movies per week, and any or all of them can be in a premium format such as IMAX or 3D. You can also use multiple movies a day if you like. On New Year's Day, I saw my 3 movies for the week all in one day. I'm crazy, I know. It's extremely easy to use. There's no debit card and you do everything through the app. Simply order tickets like you normally would, and during the process, there's a checkbox to use one of your 3 slots that week towards that reservation. You can also do advanced ticketing. I use one of my slots towards the Captain Marvel ticket 2 months in advance, and they also waive all online convenience fees. The great thing about all of this is you can see 3 movies that week, and once you see the movie, the reservation slot opens up. So even though you've maybe already seen your 3 for the week, you can still make up to 3 more reservations even though you can't see those movies yet. That's really handy for booking seats for popular movies, especially when most theaters these days are using reserved seating. Your 3 movies, by the way, for the week resets every Friday morning, somewhere in the early morning. There are no restrictions on which movies, show times, or format you can see, period. Pretty much the only limit is the 3 movie per week limit. When you sign up, you are committing to pay for the service for 3 months, so be aware of that. Customer service is pretty great. You can call the corporate 800 number or call your local theater, and they're usually very helpful. Sometimes you get someone at a local theater that isn't as sharp and familiar with the program, but membership handles it great if they're not sure how to. So, the membership approach is truly the future of moviegoing. Even smaller theater chains are embracing this concept, like the Alamo Season Pass, for example. Now that the market has been disrupted, theaters are forced to respond. One notable exception here is Regal. They are the second largest chain in the country, but they have nothing in this area. Yet, their parent company is from the United Kingdom, and over there across the pond, there is such an option. So it's most likely only a matter of time before they jump into the fray too, so keep your eyes peeled. I developed a handy comparison chart for you to help you see all these aspects clearly so you can choose the best approach for you. Click the link in the associated blog post for this video and you can download it for free. I hope you found this information helpful. Make sure to download my free ebook, The Money Finder, which helps you save in 5 major expense areas that are common. And come join me in the Strong Together Money community. It's my free Facebook community designed to keep you focused, informed, and growing on your financial journey. Also, are you tired of paying that ridiculous cable bill, but you don't know how to keep your content without it? Maybe you've even cut cable already, or you're wondering if there's a better option that could save you more or even give you more options without added cost. Check out my online course, Cable Cutting Academy, at cablecuttingacademy.com for more information. It's helped plenty of people find options and savings step by step. This has been Jeremy with Strength in Numbers, helping you find more money to fund your dreams.